Look who's back again.
So after some disappointment in the last video, I'm picking up where I left off. If you haven't seen my last video, I found a crack in the side of the block of my just rebuilt engine. I had some comments in the last video about repairing the block, but after tearing it down I noticed some more cracks along the deck as well, so this engine is scrap. So I had some suggestions to fit a Honda K24, even a Ford 5 litre V8, but in actual fact I have a spare 4G54 narrow block, original bore, out in the shed that I can use. The only two things I need to do for this block is a 20 thou oversize of the bore to fit the forged pistons, and I need to drill and tap the bellow housing to suit the wide block pattern. For those that aren't familiar with Astron engines, there are wide and narrow block versions. Normally you would use a machine shop or a wide block flex plate as a template to mark out the holes, but I don't have one, so I'll need to make a jig to mark them out. I just used some scrap round bar that I have lying around and some 8 by 1.25mm nuts, bolts and a welder to make the jig. Fit nuts to the 6mm bolts that are normally used to mount the engine plate and bottom out the nuts to the block. The location of these bolts are consistent with both variations. Fit nuts to the 4 8mm bell housing bolts and bottom out the nuts against the block. Weld the round bar to the nuts. Remove the jig and fit it to the narrow block using the 6mm bolts. Use a center punch or grind the point at the end of the 8mm bolt and drive it into the block to mark the center. Drill and tap. Here's how it looks complete with the transmission adapter. It lines up perfect. With the block at the machine shop, I media blasted all the purple bits from the old engine. The timing case and the sump are not interchangeable. I've cleaned down all the oil galleries and chased all the threads. Gave it a lick of black paint. Now assembly can begin. Crank, rods and pistons are back in. Oil pump and timing chain. I couldn't reuse the plug to block the balance shaft or supply port, so you can just press out the center bearing out of the balance shaft housing and then reinstall it with the bearing covering the old oil supply port. Timing case is back on with the water pump and the harmonic balancer. ARP head studs going next, then an adducer MLS head gasket. The cylinder head got a skim at the machine shop as well. Intake manifold and fuel rail go on now. Alternator and water pump pulley. You can see here I mount the ignition coils under the intake manifold. And this is it, engine complete in all its glory. Rocker covers off and the engine's ready to go back in. First startup. ECU only has a 2-bar map sensor, so I'm limited there. Future plans to run a Haltech Air85 and maybe 30ish PSI. If you like the video, hit like and subscribe. And in the comments, let me know what you'd like me to do with the car next.